All right. Here we go. Another lunch stream coming at you, talking about the best Batmobiles. I'm just going to do a quick sound check here. Make sure my music isn't too loud. Seems okay. How's everyone doing today? I have a feeling that the Keaton Batmobile is going to win this by a landslide, but that doesn't mean we can't take a few minutes to appreciate some of the other great Batmobiles. R. Lee, how you doing? Well, it's not really a debate. It's just a sharing of different opinions. Who knows? Someone might like the original one. Dan, how you doing? Hey, Ronan, good to see you. Patreon tribe in the house. How you doing, Gunstar? This one's a 1/24th scale, I believe. Micah, good to see you. Good afternoon to you too. Gaz, good to see you. And Ray, good to see you. Going to bed, like to say hi. Well, have a good sleep. Yeah, this one is a 1/24th scale, so it came with this guy right here. And I guess for scale purposes, here's a, what is this? It's original Kenner. Can't even really see his head there. It's an original Kenner 4.5 inch Keaton. Hey Roger, how you doing? All right, let's talk favorite Batmobiles. And there are quite a few out there. Let's get a comment from Gaz. As much as I love the Keaton Batmobile, the Pattinson one looks pretty cool. I have to go with the 66 version. Well, some of these. So there's the Keaton. And Gaz just mentioned the 66. The classic. Let's move the camera back a little bit. My scales are all over the place here. Well, some people think West is best. And this one is, what is this thing based on? I just found a website. There's a Reddit post that lists what all of these are, if they were based on something real. And the 66 is a 1955 Ford Lincoln Futura concept car. Nice looking car. The new Superpowers Batmobile is nice. Yeah, that one's nice too. For the Keaton one, I really like how it looks like. I mean, Batman is the secret identity or the alter ego of Bruce Wayne. And I think it's cool when Batman's car kind of looks like something Bruce Wayne would drive. It's elegant. Sporty, elegant looking. Are you glad to get on your stream? Hey, welcome. Glad you could make it. Love the Keaton, but my first favorite is the Super Friends Scooby-Doo Batmobile. Let's take a look at what that one was. Would that be it right there? Yeah, very similar to the 66. Kind of like a Cadillac looking design to it. Gaz also mentioned the Battinson. Let's pop that one on there. There it is right there, the Robert Pattinson Interceptor. I'm just kidding, of course. That is not the Robert Pattinson Interceptor, but I think Pattinson's Interceptor was very, very highly influenced by the Mad Max Interceptor. So let's just put that one on there for a minute while I dust off. The real beast. This monster of a car, and it wants to take off. And this is one of the, I forget what company made it, but it's got electronics to it. Let's see if I can get it to stand on here without rolling off. Yeah, this one was incredible. I think it steals the movie. And there it goes. I got to stick something in there to keep it from rolling. Oh, that's cool. I got a little batarang. Maybe that'll stop it. There we go. Yeah, big props to the designers of this one. It is, oh, it's not going to stay still. It's just a monster. Sound design in the movie is great too. They really made it look sinister and terrifying in the movie, which not many Batmobiles really were. I could set it on top of this. There we go. Let's take a peek at the poll, see what that's doing. I'm guessing the Keaton one will, yeah, it'll win by, oh, the West one is picking up. Right before we went live here, the Keaton one was like at 80%, but the West one's getting a few. Nice to see some love for the Tumbler. All right, I missed a bunch of comments here. Blue Harvest Toys, welcome to the live stream. Building the, I don't know how to pronounce that, 66 Batmobile, but I prefer the 89. Yeah, right on. First Batman film was Keaton, and Tim Burton's one. Yeah, I love the Keaton one too. But I really, really also love the Tumbler. And apparently it wasn't the first time they did a tank-like Batmobile, because there's a website that goes through all of the different Batmobiles. Let's add it onto the screen here. ComicZombie.net. There's a great article on all the different Batmobiles. So this one kind of is a military-looking thing. It's got a battering ram on it. It's titled it the Battering Ram. But where was it? In 1986, Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. He was driving this thing that kind of looks like a HISS tank. Now, if we look at this alternate angle, there's this image posted on Reddit. This is listed as 87. The other one listed it as 86. So I don't know what the right date on that is, but that looks like a HISS tank to me from the side. Or whatever the HISS tank is based on. So cool concept of having Batman driving something less elegant looking, less like a Cadillac or a Rolls Royce. I always thought the animated series Batmobile kind of look like a Rolls Royce. And instead, this thing is just, it's an actual military vehicle. It's designed to jump chasms and ravines. Robert says, not a true Batmobile, but Tim Drake, Robin's car, the Red Bird, was always cool to me. Wish they had used it. Let's take a look at that. Tim Drake, the Red Bird. Is that it right there? Looks like there's been a few different versions of it. Kind of looks like something out of Mask. Yeah, very futuristic looking. Or like a, was there a GoBot that transformed into something like that? Cool looking car. Hey Joe, how you doing? They made Batman scary to villains and thugs in that movie. The music made the movie as well. Let's see. How do you do this? That's such an important part of every Batmobile, the jet propulsion in the back. Hey Frank, I once had the 6-scale Tumbler from Hot Toys, a true movie masterpiece. That thing is incredible. Amazing. The lights on it are amazing too. All the spotlights. Yeah, that's mind-blowing. Do we have any other Batmobiles here? I think I'll put the Kenner one on. Since this one shows off an alternate look the Keaton one had in the second Batman movie. Well, that's just a little bit of a flame effect that I've sticky tagged into the back, if you're wondering. That's the Kenner Batman Returns Batmobile. Not accurate to the movie one. Most of the toys of the Keaton Batmobile are one-seaters. The real one was a two-seater. Hey Jesse, good to see you. Doing good. How are you? Yeah, the LEDs on the Hot Toys Tumbler, and for the reissue, they improved the LEDs. Apparently, they were brighter. Bigum, how you doing? Hey Jason, good to see you. Always enjoyed the Superpowers one. Let's get a picture of that one. That's a blue one, right? Yes. McFarlane just did a new toy of that, I believe. Is that it? Yep, that's kind of like a cross between the West one and a Corvette. It's like they took tracks and Adam West's Batmobile and merged them. Hey, Rad Retro, good to see you. Great profile pic there. Brave and the Bold cartoon. Batman was really crazy. Silver Age comic design with the 66 red lining and could transform into anything. Brave and the Bold Batmobile. This is cool. I'm finding out about new Batmobiles. I've never seen Brave and the Bold. Ooh, that is sweet looking. That's kind of got the head that we saw earlier, the battering ram head on it from 40s and 50s. Very retro look to it. Looks like they've made some toys of it as well, or miniatures. Yeah, that's kind of like the Pattinson one. More sinister looking, scary looking Batmobile. That's cool. They use that toy for the inspiration for Knight Rider Super Pursuit mode. Ah, that's where that came from. So the alternate look for Keaton's Batmobile is, let's move this off to the side. If he has to get through some tight alleys, sides fly off. And then it just becomes the Bat Missile. So for everyone who loves the Keaton Batmobile, what do you think of this look? It's actually, there is a car. Maybe someone in the chat can tell me what it is, but there is a car that this is based off of. I can't remember what it is, but I remember seeing a really old-fashioned car, or it was maybe a concept car, but it looked just like this. So in keeping with the retro look, got quite a bit of dust on there. I'm always asked, what do you do about dust? And that's what I do about dust. 10 seconds. Not a big deal. Your videos about Optimus Prime inspired me to start working on my comic. Thank you very much for that. I really like the Batmobile of the 60s. It looks very retro futuristic. That's a cool term. Retro futuristic. That's awesome to hear, man. I'm glad you enjoyed that video. And good luck with your comic. Hey, Vincent. Do you have the animated series Batmobile? I've got it up on the medley shelf. Let me see if I can reach it. Give me one sec here. A little tiny one. If you hear a crash, don't worry, it's just toys. They're plastic. They can take a bit of a bump. Cool. I don't have a big version of the animated series Batmobile. Just one of those little $10 ones, but there it is. Driven by my Batman and a lot of people's Batman. Kevin Conroy. Let's see if we can get it to focus. It's having trouble focusing. This one is totally Rolls-Royce looking. Very, very Bruce Wayne-esque. Right on. Thanks for joining. You'd be inspired by the Hot Wheels 1979 Red Jet rocket car. I'm pretty sure the one I saw was white. Maybe if I just search white Bat Missile, I don't know, real car. Just did a quick search and nothing came up, but I feel like I saw a model of it at a flea market. And I think it was white, the one I saw. And I thought, that looks just like the Bat Missile. Adam, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. What did you like more, the Batwing from '89 or the Bat Ski Boat? The Batwing, 100%. There it is back there. flying over top of the Batman collection. Yeah, the ski boat was okay, but I've never felt like I wanted to have a little miniature ski boat. But the Batwing was just so awesome in that movie. Never liked the Kilmore and Clooney Batmobiles since they had that huge fin. Let's call up a picture of those. Yeah, I thought they were a definite step down from what we had seen before. Batman Forever Batmobile. Yeah. Definitely not. And it kind of looks like something H.R. Giger designed. What's the word that they use for Giger? Bio techno-organic or something like that. It doesn't look scary or cool. It just kind of looks creepy to me. I don't know. It looks like something Sharkman would drive instead of Batman, especially with the big fin on it. Like your G.I. Joe figure collection, showing off all the Joes. Can we? Yeah, I've been meaning to do that. I just need to get around to it. Thanks for the reminder, though. I do need to do a Cobra collection one. Had a lot of fun doing the Joe one all those years ago. And I should do a new Joe one, too, because I've gotten a few new Joes. It's like a big coffin, but it's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. They have a white version, too. Much love. Much Sasquatch love, my friends. Keep it Sasquatchy. Thank you for being a channel member. Dreadnought collection. I think I would probably include the Dreadnoughts with the Cobras. Fantastic. Let's get something back up on this wheel here. Let's put the Keaton one back on since that's generally the favorite. Got her opened up. Let's take a peek inside. Oh, and one of the features of the Keaton one. Actually, I've got one of the guns already deployed here. I don't believe the Adam West one had guns. Correct me if I'm wrong. But was this the first Batmobile with actual weaponry on it? I think it might have been. It was maybe the first time Batman broke his rule and started killing people because he shot up that whole factory with this Batmobile. I was about to say Sharkman. Yep. Batman the White Knight had some great looking Batmobiles in it. Sean Murphy, the writer and artist, is a huge car guy, and the art in those books really shows it. Batman the White Knight Batmobiles. Let's take a look at those. There's some images. That's an interesting looking car. That's kind of like the Tumbler with the kind of the two prongs coming forward. That's an interesting design. I saw a feature on the Tumbler creating the Tumbler, and Chris Nolan, I think, designed it with his brother, and they had a very specific idea of how it was supposed to look. Since I'm talking about the Tumbler, let me throw a Tumbler up there so I can actually just point out to you what I'm talking about. I'm making a royal mess of this place, but it's worth it. Feels like the old days of pulling out all the toys and just making a big mess. So they didn't know how to do this, have the wheels when they were designing the real thing, because they wanted it to be a real car and actually drive around. So the designers had a heck of a time figuring out how is this going to handle all the weight and not have the wheels connect, or only connect to the body on one side of the wheel. But they figured out how to do it. So this car right here kind of reminds me of that. Cool lights on it too. And that again has that kind of geeker look to it. Bioorganic, biomechanical. I think that's the term, biomechanical. In movies, it was the first Batmobile to have guns. So that's the Keaton Batmobile. Where do you get all those wonderful toys? Toys R Us. Definitely love to see a Cobra video. A new Joe one would be sweet. I would have to start from the front like I did last time, though, which I think is going to upset a lot of people. A lot of people didn't like that I started from the front and I was like squeezing figures in through the back. But that made sense to me. Start in chronological order. I think Frank Miller made the Bat Tank thing. It had guns, but that was in the comics. So yeah, Miller might have come up with the concept. Well, it's a tank, so it's going to have weapons on it. So Miller might have inspired the machine guns on the Keaton Batmobile. West didn't have guns. Yeah, right. He had fireworks. Play it safe, chum. When you say you like the first DC Batmobile because it looks like a regular car and everybody loses their tiny little minds, let's bring that one up. The first Batmobile, where is it? It's on this list here. There it is. So there's an early one from the 43 show. Just drove around in a regular car, Mercury, Ford Mercury. But there's the comic one. I mean, it's just a nice car. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. The Bat monster truck from the Cult had guns on it too. Let's take a look at what that one was. Whoa. So Batman actually drove around in a monster truck. Yeah, there it is shooting. You know, things have gotten really out of hand in Gotham when Batman has to drive a monster truck. Holy smokes. Crazy. Take a look at a few of the other. Yeah, there's the animated series one. That Finn. This one was a nice one when they redesigned the animated series. Batmobile made it look more like a, I don't know, a Corvette or something. I like that one. The New Adventures Batmobile. Ooh, there's a lot of them on there. The Tumbler, just beautiful. Can you imagine owning a Tumbler, driving it around town? And it works. Like the ones they built for the movie actually work. West has a surfboard. The 40s Batmobiles are classy. Cute, like a ladybug when they put a bat face on it and some little fins. Animated Batmobile has a similar front design as the 40s Batmobile. Yeah, it's kind of got that Rolls-Royce grill to it. This one right here, Rolls-Royce, makes Batman look rich. Oops. Here we go. I always thought that was similar looking. And gotta mention the Arkham Knight Batmobile. Kind of looks like a mesh between the Batman Forever and the New Adventures animated. Tumbler is cool, but you can't go grocery shopping in that thing. You can't park it anywhere. Isn't there an Audi Batmobile, or did it not count? I'm not sure. A lot of you folks know a lot more about this stuff than I do. Audi Batmobile. Whoa. What is that? Is it like inspired? With the little fins on it. Wow. So we're at the point in history now where car companies are going to try to start making movie cars, or cars that are inspired by movie cars. I heard they put out some new DeLoreans, or like reissued some DeLoreans. So that really shows you the power of movies. What is your favorite Batmobile toy / collectible? That's a tough one. But I would have to say, I'm just looking around at them. Get this one back on here. I'd have to say this one. Let me get it back on here. This is one that I didn't know existed for a very long time. And then when I found out it existed, it was really, really expensive. But I was able to track one down, I think, a year ago for not an insane price. It was still quite a bit, but it wasn't completely nuts just because I was able to find a local seller. So that one's extra special to me, not just because I love Keaton's Batmobile, and I think that's the best Kenner Batmobile, but this one's extra special since that's my original Michael Keaton Batman in there. So I didn't have any Batman toys when I was a kid except for this figure in here, and I always wanted to give him a Batmobile, and so he's got a Batmobile now. And he didn't fit initially. That was really disappointing when I first got this. He didn't fit. So what I ended up doing was I unscrewed it, opened it up, took the seat out, and he fits if you take the seat out. So you can still sit in there. All you have to do is a little tiny bit of customization so that the spring gimmick still works on the sides. But yeah, that one I would say is my favorite Batmobile toy, mostly because it's the ride for my original Michael Keaton Batman figure that my mom bought me all those years ago. I always wanted to get him a Batmobile, and Optimus has his trailer, He-Man has his Battle Cat, Batman needs his Batmobile. So that's the one that holds my my original Batman. Let's see here. Go through a couple more comments here. Whoa, Civil Defense Canada. Am I in trouble? Kenner, that's an intimidating looking profile picture. Kenner's superpowers was the First action figure vehicle I remember getting. Holds a special place for me. The Power of Nerdiness. Yep. Bat Missile and Dark Knight Collection ones from Kenner are my favorite too. There is also the random Bat Humvee that showed up in one issue of the 90s when Gotham got hit by an earthquake. I have a soft spot for that one just because it's so random. The Bat Humvee. Is that in the comic? I'm trying to find a picture of it, but nothing's... Oh, here we go. Very similar to the monster truck. All right, I'm going to go through a couple more comments here and then go get some lunch myself. Did you ever pick up the Kenner or McFarlane Superpowers? No, I haven't gotten into that line. Looks great though, but haven't collected any of them. I think to wrap up, let's put another version of the Keaton Batmobile. This beautiful gold label McFarlane Batmobile. What a piece this is. Love this one. Not sure if anyone else has mentioned this incarnation of the Batmobile, but I harbor quite the attachment for the one showcased during the Nightfall comic saga. Let's take a look at that. Nightfall comic Batmobile. This has been really fun learning about all different Batmobiles I've never seen before. I just did a search for Nightfall Batmobile, but oh, there it is, I think. Is that it? I'm not sure. Usually the page gets filled up, but I'm not seeing anything here. That might not be it. 1/6 scale animated one. Oh Lord, they made a 6th scale. That's humongous. 6th scale might be a little too big for Batmobiles. The Tumbler is just ridiculous. 6th scale might be too big for any vehicles. It's you need a lot of space. Basically, it needs to be like the only 6th scale vehicle you have, because like who can own multiple 6th scale vehicles? It's got to be really special to you for you to drop not just the money but also the space on that. To me, Batman never uses guns. He uses anti-bad guy bat spray. Yeah, I prefer my Batman can't really say non-violent, but it's kind of the essence of the character, but non-lethal. I prefer my Batman non-lethal. I like the Dark Knight Batman. He has the ability to kill, but he chooses not to. It's his rule. Adam says the 89 Batmobile will always be my favorite, but the animated series Batmobile is a close second. Cliffy says low velocity rubber bullets and the explosions are just a coincidence. My favorite Batmobile. Yeah, it just popped up on Amazon here in Canada. So when it first came out, I didn't think I'd be able to get my hands on one because I didn't want the glossy McFarlane one. I wanted this one, but it didn't look like we were going to get it in stores here. And then it popped up on Amazon in the States. Didn't come here though. It took quite a while for it to pop up on our Amazon, and then it did. And then I thought, I don't know, it's quite a bit of money, and I don't need another Batmobile. And then it went on sale. I swear Amazon, when you look at something, if you just wait a couple of days, they'll hit you with a sale to get you to pick it up. So that's what happened. Went on sale, and I was like, okay, That's too good to pass up. How do you do this? Oh, there we go. Open her up. I love that the canopy actually opens just like in the movie. Flash movie, is it any good? It was okay. I wouldn't call it bad or horrible. And it was amazing seeing Michael Keaton again. That he was the highlight. It's possible to watch a movie that you don't love, but you love parts of it. And so every second with Michael Keaton, except for him, I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, most of the Keaton stuff in the movie is fantastic. If you loved '89 Batman, I'd recommend it. But it's not a fantastic movie. My pleasure. Thanks for hanging out. Scares people like the Batman movie shows his best weapon. Yeah, fear is Batman's greatest weapon. He doesn't need big guns. He has fear. His weapon is psychological. So anyone who is handling the Batman property, I hope they keep that in mind, that Batman isn't, he has gadgets, he has cool cars, but his greatest weapon is fear. It's psychological. Adam West is my first Batmobile to see, and it's epic. That's my favorite. It's incredible to see it in person too. If you can ever see a replica in person, it is wild because it's all these Batmobiles are cool, but the West one is fun. Can't really put it on the table now because of the rotating, but let's shut this off. Yeah, there are a lot of cool Batmobiles, but the thing I really like about the Adam West one is that it's just fun. It's like a live action cartoon. Yeah, you'll like it if you love Keaton. The Batmobile is in it for a second. Blink and you'll miss it. He doesn't even drive it, so I want to warn you about that. I don't think that's a spoiler. That's a preparation. That the Batmobile is just sits there for a second. Good to see you, Jake. After the '89 Batmobile, my childhood. After that, the '89 Batmobile. Also like the design of the animated show. And '89 Movie Museum Rescue and Drive Through the Woods are incredible. Have the '89 and Return score on CD. Awesome. Well, that's it for me today. I'm going to go grab some lunch myself. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and week so far. I want to thank you for spending your lunch here on my channel, and I'll be back again soon with another topic. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and Batmas Day and Nerdmas Day.